Hello, and welcome to Prusa Live 31. I'm Matt Stoltz, and with me is Mikla Sousa and the wonderful Joseph Prusa. We're super happy to have you guys back again this week. We've got a great show. I am so excited. We have with us Kieran and Charlie from Frame Theory 3D. They are 3D printing turntables. So for all of you that love your vinyl records, they're making 3D printed turntables with our machines and our filament, which is super exciting. But yeah, so let's kick off the show as always with everyone's PrusaPrinters picks of the week. What do you have this week, Mickey?
Okay, mine is gonna take a while, I guess, to go through. Yeah, but it is a funnel.
Okay.
But it is a parametric funnel, so you can make whatever size you want. Guess what this huge funnel with this huge opening is for? It's for resin, because, you know, when you have to pour the resin from the wet, it's super nice to have a big funnel where you can just dump the whole wet without worrying that it's gonna spill over somewhere. And also it has a huge opening because the resin bottles have also a huge opening on top. So
and the viscosity of the resin.
Yeah, that's true. I need to make some kind of mesh.
Yeah.
To filter the resin. That's true.
Yeah.
Good point. Well, this one is still unused.
The viscosity of the resin, if you don't have a thick entry, it also tends to like bubble too much, and it's hard to get it to come back out. And so that's really useful.
It's by Herbrain, but that's remix, and the original is by Tomei. But the thing is, it's an OpenSCAD design. Like I said, it's parametric, and I have OpenSCAD opened right here. So I don't think we've played it with OpenSCAD on stream yet. But yeah, for those who don't know it yet, this is what Joe used to design all the parts for the i3, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nice UI for that now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't opened OpenSCAD in ages.
yeah, I get that. It's nowadays it's not used much, but it's super awesome. Basically, in the code here, you define a few variables, and then now it even has nice UI for the parameters that you define. So you can change all of these variables as you wish, and you can see that the model is just updating. I mean, nearly real time.
Yeah. Yeah, for all of you that haven't been in 3D printing that long, like Fusion 360 and Onshape and things are, relatively recent. And so back in the day, the best way to get parametric design and be able to change things easily with just adjusting numbers was OnSCAD or OpenSCAD, sorry. Because everything else out there was like, Google SketchUp and things like that didn't really support being able to easily rearrange and change your models.
Yeah.
So,
and it's not that difficult really. Just with complex design, it gets complex code. But yeah, you have some, make cube, and you give it dimensions, and you translate it with 0, 0, and minus height. So you move it downwards with in the z-axis. So yeah, it's kind of fun. If you haven't gave it a shot yet, like try it. It's pretty sweet.
I haven't been in OpenSCAD in a long time, but I still love it. And the fact that they've built the customizer piece directly into it now, I think is really useful because now people can upload OpenSCAD code and open it, and we don't have to rely on customizers that are built into file repositories that may no longer work.
Also, people can just
or you can have bazillion of the customized versions spamming the site.
Right.
Yeah. But then you will have the most models.
Oh
on your site.
Yeah. When you have 5,000 keychains with different people's names on them. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe we should put the customizer on.
Maybe, but
I get begged for it all the time, and it's hard for me to explain to the devout, why it's not a top priority.
We've never done a poll. I'm not gonna do the poll that you think I'm gonna do, but I've always wanted to try a poll. So let's try how this works. Have you ever used OpenSCAD? So let's see. I mean, hopefully it's done something. I don't know. You tell us in the chat if it's doing something.
I don't see it.
You don't see it?
But I'm on the same channel.
Now it popped up.
Ah, good.
It's giving us live results. That's fun.
Good.
So in the meantime, Joe, what's your print?
So my print is a puzzle from the last competition. I just finished it, like half an hour ago. So I wasn't able to finish it. It's supposed to make an X.
All right.
And it is by Archetrico. But, I will need to work on this still. Yeah, Mickey, you need to see the solution.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
stream it.
I can stream it. Here we go. Oh, so this is how it's supposed to go together.
Looking exactly the same now.
Yeah, that's a puzzle. I agree. All right. Nice. And Matt?
Great. And that is from our current competition that's running right now. So
Right. The one that's games, plays, and puzzles, just tabletop gaming in a nutshell.
Right.
Yeah. Already 109 entries.
Some really nice entries, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super excited to see what continues coming on that one. But yeah, there's already some great ones coming in. All right, so my entry, I actually need to switch over to a different camera real quick.
Ooh, more cameras.
Fancy.
See, there we go. Okay, so this is from our guest. Actually, last show. So
I
this
know.
Is
I've seen this model.
so this is 3D Print Bunny.
Oh,
so
I see.
So she had been playing around with her string. Yeah, her stringing prints. So this is a print in place tensegrity table. So looks
Very
like a nice stable table here. But if I remove the model from the top, the whole thing comes apart. So the two strings, let's see, I'm going to bring this back over to my main camera.
Good thing I made you full screen.
Yeah. So the whole thing prints in place with these 4 strings across, and when nothing is on it, they're able to flop around. But when placed the right way and the weight's on there, they hold everything in place and keep everything stiff, and it stays together. It's kind of about a year ago, this was like the every woodworking YouTube channel was building tables out of these things.
I remember.
But yeah, I love that this is a print and place model. So those are just little strings.
That's smart. I haven't
filament.
seen this twist.
You can just click a print and you get to play with this.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I saw her posting it on Twitter afterwards. I was like, oh, that is so cool. So this weekend I was like, hey, I don't see that on PrusaPrinters. Are you gonna upload that? So she knew that was coming as my pick of the week this week. So that, yeah.
Nice. There's now another one, a hexagon one.
Yeah, that's the newer and kind of fancier version that she has created.
Very nice. Yeah, 3D Print Bunny has been putting out some pretty insane prints lately.
How long did she say is she in 3D printing? Like a year?
Year or something.
Yeah,
right?
like a year, and she's just killing it.
Yeah.
Good job.
Very nice. So now we can go back to the poll, and that's actually kind of surprising for me. We have 210 votes, and okay, the majority said no, they've never used OpenSCAD, but we have like 40% of people who say that they did try OpenSCAD. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Very cool.
On my screen, I just see no 58.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Also, our first poll. So if Matt, Joe, if you ever think that it's a good time to do the poll, we can do a poll now.
We can do polls.
Nice.
Yeah, fantastic.
Wow.
That could be useful from time to time.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we have for news? Kind of the biggest thing right now is we have a back to school sale going on. So a lot of you are enjoying your summer vacation, but school will be right around the corner. And we have a sale going that if you order a Mark III S Plus, you get a free powder coated build sheet with your order. So
if you use the promo code.
Oh, there's a promo code. Okay.
Yeah, you have to use the promo code.
Do we have that promo code, Mickey?
Is it a big secret now? It's not a big secret. I believe is it a summer project? I don't know.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to our Facebook or something, oh my God.
Preparation is the key.
Preparation is the key. Right.
No one told me there was a promo code. So
yeah, you have to use the promo code when you. Joe is gonna open it up when you check out in the eShop. But you get one sheet for each printer, by the way, not just one sheet for the order, which I think is pretty nice. Yeah. Summer project.
Yeah, summer project.
Okay.
I will post it in the chat.
Nice.
Yes. So use the code Summer Project, and you can get a free powder coated build sheet with your Mark III S Plus.
Yeah, the chat already knew. I believe. I'm gonna assume.
Of course they know.
Yeah, they know.
Yeah, we have no idea, but of course they know.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that's a thing.
Yeah.
And another thing I guess we can talk about is the upcoming makes in PrusaPrinters.
Yeah.
I do have
some of you guys are already kind of posting your makes in the comments of things. So if Mickey uploads a design to PrusaPrinters and you guys print it out, right now you've been taking pictures and adding those to comments. We are making a better way for doing that. So we're making these makes, so you'll actually be able to upload photos and more details about how you printed something and kind of link it back to the original model.
So I guess I can screen share it.
By the way, is anyone using the new thanks thing?
I don't know. They're pushing it really hard.
Yeah.
Online, but I mean, it seems to me at the moment like a worse Yegi, like a aggregator of search engine that search other sites. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. One fun fact, if you look at the URL, which by the way you can try, but it won't work for you. It's pretty neat feature. Like whenever our devs do a new branch for a new feature, it auto deploys a new website where you can test it. It's very sweet. Really like it. But yeah, makes. So why makes? In the comments right now, it's a makes of screenshot from Slicer, someone asking about how is this working? Some just picture of some detail on the print, people discussing the model, can it be improved, and then people posting the makes. And these are now mixed together, which is not ideal. So now in the new version, once we release this, there will be makes on top, which will be just pictures and comments flagged as a make. So that's just a picture of the print, how it looks, how it printed. And then still below there will be like a mix of normal comments and discussions and other pictures. There's a new button right here which lets you add make. It just wants picture for star because a make without a picture is really not very helpful. So we do require a picture. You can rate the print if you want, and yeah, you can just your typical placeholder text when you're trying something. You can describe how the print went, how you like the model, and you can publish the make. And on your profile, there is now makes tab where you will see all the makes that all your makes, which is nice because this
you can track the prints you like.
Yeah, it's like a database of your prints that you can show quickly when you're on your phone and you don't want to search all the history of our pictures of the print. You can just go to PrusaPrinters and show them the make, which I really like.
Yeah, that is a great section of the feature.
You can also just start typing a comment, and then when you realize that this is actually a make, you can still turn it into it. Right now there is a button. I think we might change this to a checkbox. We'll see. This is still work in progress, as it is on the test server. But yeah, so makes will make its way to PrusaPrinters. I'm gonna assume pretty soon. So that's just something new to look forward to.
Very cool. Always new features coming, which is fantastic to see. We can't wait to see what else is coming in the near future to PrusaPrinters. So, all right, fantastic. Well, let's go ahead and move on and bring in our guests. What do you guys say?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we have Kieran and Charlie from Frame Theory 3D. Here we go. There they are.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Howdy, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome. So as I mentioned before, Frame Theory 3D, they are making 3D printable turntables, and they are using our printers and our filament to produce these awesome and very unique turntable designs. So yeah, welcome, guys.
Hi there, I'm Kieran, Charlie.
Fantastic. And you guys, we were kind of joking about this at the beginning of the show. They are in Bath, England, and I am in Bath, Maine. So we are both in baths, but just opposite sides of the Atlantic.
We are the only ones not in Bath, but we can go to a bath.
The next Prusa Live coming straight from a bathtub near you.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
I'm not sure if there's a bathtub in our company. We have plenty of crazy stuff.
This building has plenty of crazy stuff
somewhere.
In here. I'd be surprised if there's not
we have a bomb shelter.
Yeah, nuclear bomb shelter.
Not nuclear.
No?
No. That was this building was built between wars.
Okay.
So it's just anti-aircraft.
Well,
I'll take it.
Still useful. Yes. So guys, do you have any experience before starting this project building like turntables in more kind of classic ways, or did you just say right away like we're jumping in with 3D printing?
Well, neither of us had any experience building turntables. We're both massive like music heads. We've been into vinyl for ages, and the project sort of came about through Charlie's university project for his final degree.
Yeah, so like I remember this day, I bought a Prusa and I was so excited, and it was my first 3D printer, and I got Kieran over and I was like, Kieran, come on, let's go build this. It's going to be great. So we got a couple of beers, we sat down, we built it. And by the end of it, I was like, this is literally the coolest thing ever. I love that everything's 3D printed, and I love it's the 3D printed parts made a functional project. And this was just before I went to my final year at university. So after I built that Prusa, I was like, right, I need to do something. I need to make like a functional 3D printed product that makes something real at the end. And I had a load of ideas, and I sort of looked through them, and I sort of, as you do in a project, and then eventually I thought, right, turntable, there's loads of cool stuff we can do with this. Let's go for it.
Fantastic. What were you going to school for that this fit in?
Product design.
Nice.
Absolutely perfect.
I guess
Yeah.
I guess this was your master's thesis or something.
Sort of. It was an undergrad, but it was like in the final year we had to do we had to sort of self-guide ourselves and do our own design, let completely loose, basically under the guidance of tutors and etc. So so we were allowed to do anything, and I just knew 3D printing had to be a part of this, and I just had a really clear sort of direction of where I wanted to go.
Do you have
Very
one
cool.
on you, or should I bring some pictures from your?
Yeah,
Instagram?
well, I have half of one on me.
All right.
but
I'll
it's
take
like
it.
the new, because we're still doing a few mods and whatnot. But at the moment, this is because we've been, this is our new arm design, which we've been working on recently, and the body's away doing something else.
I think there's a full image on our Instagram if you of the
Yeah.
newest model in these colors.
This one, But we've changed this quite a lot since the one that you used in the thumbnail and the one we run our Kickstarter of. Because we sort of heard through the sort of it being out in the world, we heard a lot of feedback from people saying various things, and we really wanted to address all of those problems and sort of solve and make the best thing we could.
That is not typical of Kickstarter projects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like the beauty of this project is that everyone that's backed us is actually going to get a product that's far superior to what we originally promised, which is really nice.
Yeah, that is very unusual for a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the original sort of tone arm design, and this is now what we're left with.
Yeah.
So we've got a whole new system where we've got a sort of all of our hardware's been like custom designed and made. So we've got brass bearings everywhere, and we've got a brass spindle bearing and a brass arm bearing, and everything's sort of, we're basically trying to make it as much as a competitor on the turntable market, basically, but still showing that you can literally make this thing in your home, which is so cool.
Yeah, I mean that's I guess the thing about 3D printing, right? You're not locked into your old design because you haven't spent tens of thousands of pounds on a injection mold that you can't really change anymore.
That is
Exactly. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, we can bring up some pictures from your Instagram to see the beauty. This is the latest design, right, that you just showed?
Yeah, that's it. The arms changed very slightly since then, which I don't think we've actually put out yet, but we've just removed the inner section because we found that just working with the counterweight and everything, it makes it a lot more functional, and it also means it can be printed smaller, so you don't have to print that whole big arm bit. And it's sort of, I think
we're also using this new design working on like a Prusa mini version, which we're quite keen to get off the ground. We've been doing some work, and we're hopefully going to get one of the printers in, and it should all be super easy to print on a really small bed, which would be exciting.
That sounds
Very cool.
Sounds great.
Yeah, so we've got the build size down from something like 235 by 235 to sort of 165 by 135. So like well within the range of the mini, which is really cool.
Yeah. So this brings an interesting question. How many iterations have you gone through in turntable designs at this point?
I was hoping you'd ask that. Yeah. So I can actually no, it's too far away. But there's the very first one right at my Instagram looks like completely different. So that was my university one. And then when I pitched to Kieran, I went, right, this is no good. And that was actually trying to use, we actually tried to use a 3D printed sort of platter bearing, which was never going to work looking back at it now. But it was quite a cool idea because I was really fixated on the fact that I wanted to use completely off the shelf parts.
I see.
But then I thought, actually, you know, well, to make it, that did work, but it wasn't, and it played records and all, but it just wasn't where I wanted it to be. So then I went back to the drawing board again and used like a standard turntable dimensions. And then we did the Mark II, which, well, this is what we're calling the Mark II, the one we released on.
Which we thought was perfect.
Well, Kieran did. And then I went to Kieran, I was like, no, not good enough. I'm starting again. So then I went back to the drawing board again, basically drawing the Kickstarter. And then we've finished the new design, I think maybe, I don't know. Well, I'm still tweaking here and there, but we're pretty much there now. Like, it's 99% of the way there.
I'd say three entirely different iterations with several minor iterations before in between.
Yeah, so that's a sketch from university, and so that one. So here, I did have a few. So this was the very first one. This is how it started. Just deciding, bearing goes there, arm goes there. Is that going to work? And motor goes there, and that's how we sort of work it out. And then this was sort of halfway down the line where we were still doing like trying to do this massive bridging and trying to print it all. So it printed this way up. But now what we've done, it actually prints this way up. So you have to take the bridging out completely. So you've got a really nice surface here. And you can actually mount the motor in properly rather than having, again, annoying bridges and things like that. So we're just really trying to make it as easy as possible to print for people so they haven't got any of this sort of quite complex stuff to sort out. And, you know, so yeah, basically that's how we've been going through it, approaching it.
Yeah, this is a good way to make it as simple as possible, because, you know, every printer everyone's setup is a little bit different, so the capabilities might be a little bit different. So the simpler, the better.
Exactly. I think that sort of like echoes really strongly with what we sort of founded the company on, a few like really key ideas that we really wanted to share with people, which was showing that 3D printing, you could create like very, very functional, useful, amazing objects in your own home, and quite simply and quite easy. And like, I think it's all about accessibility when it comes to us. We want people to be able to have such a great experience and be left with something that they can use for years and years and years. And, you know, that's something really special about 3D printing, especially, you know, tabletop 3D printers.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the great things about this project also is that, you know, for a lot of us that still embrace and love vinyl, you know, vinyl isn't the most convenient way to listen to music, and so it really has something to do with you and your personality and the things that you love. And your turntables, because they're printable, are so customizable to the actual person. And, you know, you guys are playing around a lot with a lot of different color combinations and things like that, using a lot of the different colors that Prusa is coming out with. And it really allows someone to kind of, like I say, customize it to their setup and make it a centerpiece of their, you know, kind of living room experience or something like that really fits in. We kind of talked a little bit before the call, but about the colors that you guys are playing around with. I will let Joe answer his question, but then if you could show, you know, any of the stuff that you guys are doing.
Yeah, I think it is it's great because most of the audio quality goes from the what's the name in English?
Vinyl?
No, not
Cartridge.
Yeah, the cartridge. Yeah,
the cartridge. Yes, that's the name.
Yeah.
And, I mean, obviously you can't have vibrations in it and stuff, but, you can really go out of town and it will still play great.
Yeah, we also really wanted to keep that in mind when, especially on the newest iteration, it sort of took us from, this is a 3D printable turntable, it's a nice project, to this is actually a good turntable. We've done sound checks with it against, fairly decent mid-ranged, good sounding turntables, and as sort of stacks up to it as well, with those brass bearings, with the good cartridge, with everything that we sort of put into it, you've got a good turntable at the end of it, as well as this amazing 3D printing project.
Yeah, that was actually something I was going to ask. When you look at a lot of the kind of higher end turntables and things like that, they're building them out of very heavy materials to try to dampen vibrations and things like that. And you don't necessarily think about that for 3D printed materials, but it looks like some of the ways that you guys are approaching the design and things, you're still being able to eliminate some of those vibrations in the design.
Well, the whole idea behind the whole idea behind the brand name is the fact that the reason it's Frame Theory is because we have tried to take a turntable and take away everything that doesn't need to be there. So how they're normally molded boxes. Yeah. We've been like, right, what needs to be here and can't be here, and everything else is just not. Everything else is just not there. But we also realized after the Kickstarter, so in a way, I feel like it's sort of been crowd built in a way, because we learned a lot of stuff as well through the Kickstarter that we maybe kind of missed. People were telling us things about tone arms that we missed or didn't know, and that's really great that the people that our customers or whatever are actually inputting towards the design in a way, which is really cool.
I think if you were looking for two communities that would be more than happy to give you as much feedback as you could possibly want, and then maybe some, the 3D printing community and the audio community are definitely there.
I think there's a really nice cross section there.
But
and
3D printing community is nicer.
For sure.
I mean, the design really is out there. I feel like vinyl is also about the experience, and it's often a good conversation topic when you have someone over at your flat. You're like, are we gonna just play Spotify? No, we're gonna play vinyl, of course, right? Because it's fun, and your friends will go through your records, and they will look at the packaging, and then if you have a turntable like this will, for sure, will also be a conversation topic. What's that turntable? What the hell? The design is really out there. Yeah. And you're just going to go casually, I made that on my 3D printer.
And the thing is, what we really want to give people is that gratification that when you've built something, it's my dad told me this story about a radio that he built, and that it sounded, this was I don't know when it was, maybe 80s, and he built this radio and it sounded terrible, but to him it sounded amazing because he'd been the one to actually build it. And I really love that about our sounds great, but but the fact that you've built something, it just feels so great to sit there. And it's the same thing we had with that Prusa. When we sat there, we just sat back and had a beer, watched the first print go, and thought, we made that.
We made that.
Exactly, and so that's the kind of ethos of what we're trying to do, basically.
And again, tying that back into the this can be a center point piece in a living room. When your friends come in and flip through your record collection, not only can you kind of brag about I have this limited edition vinyl or something like that. You can also be and I made the turntable, right? It takes that up another notch.
But I had it was my birthday a few weeks ago, and we had a party in my garden. We invited all our friends over, and we had the exact thing. We had all of the vinyls there. We had the songbird going, and it sounded wicked. And everyone's come up to me and been, oh wow, it's just so cool, looking at it and stuff, which is exactly what you're saying. Which is really great feeling.
Yeah, very, very cool.
We already kind of hit on the topic, but the some of the color schemes are fantastic. You're using some of the pastel colors, which I mean I also really love the Prusa Mint, the pastel, the terracotta red. Is it terracotta red?
I think it's terracotta orange.
It's just terracotta.
Yeah, maybe it's just terracotta. Yeah.
Yeah.
So nice.
I think that we sort of had the pleasure of some of our, especially the sort of Mark II iterations, and now we've done the Mark III in a classic Galaxy Black with Ocean Blue. But those pastels, like we were talking about before, like have this amazing like vintage feel to them.
Yeah.
And I think it really suits the record player, and they're kind of like a pleasure to print with because you know each color goes with, like, you can do any number of combinations with them, and they just look stunning and unique, and it's a really, really great filament to print with, to be honest.
Yeah. Now you're using largely PETG in the turntables. Is there a reason for that?
Yes. So we basically we found that because some of we've tried to iron all these things out, but some of the tolerances we had were quite tight, and we found that PLA shrunk slightly more than PETG. So we like that the PETG was quite stable, and it could always give us a tolerance that we kind of would work, because before we were doing loads of push fit stuff, which we've managed to get rid of pretty much completely.
Yeah.
So if you look at this one, we had it so that the spirit levels were just pushed straight in. But now, instead of that, we've got where we use some plastite screws to screw them in. So we leave space. So no matter what state your printer's in, if you've got shrinkage, if you've got overs, if your calibration's wrong, hopefully you should still be able to make it. Because that's been one of our key things, that we just want everyone to be able to do it no matter what, condition the printer's in, no matter what wrong with it. Potentially you might still obviously if something really wrong with it, not, but like any amount of shrinkage should be fine. I say, reasonable shrinkage.
The thing is, like, we recommend PETG because that's sort of, what we've been prototyping. It's stable. Right. We know we can get good results, but it is possible to do it in PLA for sure. And, we've people come back and actually do stunning with PLA, and they look really good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe like smoothed ASA would also look sweet.
Yeah.
And ASA would be nice if you have it, somewhere where sun can hit
in a window. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Oh well, of course. Yeah. Yeah. I've been thinking about that for a while.
Or you could do like UV clear coat.
Maybe. Yeah. But even PETG compared to PLA is a good choice, because I think like behind like a window, PETG will survive sunlight.
Yeah.
We do not have UV resistant PETG on the printers, and it is fine for years.
Yeah. Well, also we're following in your footsteps, because if we saw that you're using it, that's basically the main reason. We saw that you're using PETG, and we thought, well, this seems to be stable and working, so let's start with that.
Yeah. That's good reasoning.
Yeah. When one thing's working in production environment, it's probably not necessarily to entirely reinvent the wheel, for sure. So we had talked a little bit about OpenSCAD in the intro with Mickey's funnels. What software do you guys use for designing your turntables?
Well, we haven't had any in a while, but we were using, when we've been doing it, we've been using SolidWorks, because we're in an entrepreneurship scheme with them, which is really cool. And I used that at uni. And obviously we haven't got any real CAD we're doing at the moment. So at the moment we're just working on, loads, getting the orders out and stuff. But yeah, our one of choice would be SolidWorks for sure.
Yeah, very cool. I love the, all the designs and all the iterations and things like that. And, I'm sure as you get the orders out and kind of, get that Kickstarter monkey off of your back of getting all those out, that you'll probably be, back to the grind of, kind of designing the next level and the next thing. I was I was talking to you guys beforehand, and we were kind of joking. I would love to see a collaboration of you guys with Paul from Polymate 3D, who had been on the show previously with speakers, and find someone to create a driver board like the guys at Pi Moroni or something like that, being that they're another British company that are into kind of making custom electronics and things, to make an all-in-one portable. You have a picture of like someone carrying like a suitcase, old school suitcase style turntable, and it'd be awesome to see an all-in-one that's mostly 3D printed components. Be super fun. Did we lose you guys?
Yeah, we just lost them. Yeah, the connection was a little bit spotty at times, so
yeah,
maybe some. So let's see if we
let's see if they pop back in.
But yeah, I love the project. It's records. I assume you have records at home, right?
You're kidding. No, they are now at brother's place, but yeah.
Endless shelves of vinyls.
It was just National Record Store Day here a couple months ago, and I was driving around the state on a Saturday, because Record Store Day is on a Saturday. I was driving around the state trying to procure a couple limited release records, and got a hold of everything I was after. So I was happy.
I just started my collection. I have 5 records. That's all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like 5, literally 5.
Check and see where they were printed. I am finding a surprising number of my new albums. Oh, they're back.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah. You're muted right now.
Yeah.
Very sorry, we've got temperamental internet.
Yeah, it happens. But yeah, I'm finding a surprising number of the records that I have. New presses are being pressed in the Czech Republic. Which is super cool.
Yeah, I think the story was. I think the story was that they didn't discard the presses when the CDs and other stuff came.
Yeah.
So they were able to restart it, and now I think they are making their own new equipment.
Yeah, but they have been overwhelmed with orders for like a decade now.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
It's insane.
Wow.
And they are building the factory in US, I think.
Yeah, I've never, don't quote me, but we're like the second biggest producer of vinyls in the world right now, or something like that.
Wow, that's massive.
Like, mainly because of this one guy who just took the old machines from the storage, refurbished them, learned how to use them, got the people to use them, and started making them again. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's wicked.
Yeah, right. And it's great to see where vinyls are going too, because now that they are more of a focus towards a collector instead of just a quite utilitarian, it's for those of you that aren't in the vinyl scene and collecting vinyls and things like that, the old school black vinyl record that we're all used to is really kind of going the way of the Dodo. I mean, I think you guys had one that was really kind of splotchy tie-dyed on there and everything else.
It's got all sorts.
It's very rare now that I'm picking up vinyl that are just black. They're all crazy colors.
People are doing crazy things with records.
I always hated colorful vinyls because as we were playing, you can't see shit. You can't see varies between tracks and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I'm sure it's very different when you're DJing and trying to spot things in a dark club and things.
I've seen a hologram, like a 3D hologram on a vinyl. So when it turns, it makes the 3D effect. And I think Jack White from the White Stripes, I believe it was him. He made a record where there are 2 different guitar solos, and there's a split track. And the needle just hits one or the other, and you're not sure which one it's gonna hit, and you get a different guitar solo or something like that.
Really?
It was something wild like that. I don't know if that was
I would like to see this.
Yeah.
Yes, that is very
people
neat.
just try to go make the craziest vinyl they can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, thank you very much. That was super awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Why don't we keep you guys on? We've got another segment of discussing our contest winners. But why don't we keep you guys around, and then if there's any questions from the audience in the Q&A section, directed straight to you guys, then
absolutely,
some questions from the audience too.
Yeah, that's great. Brilliant.
All right, so every show we have the Prusa Live Show Us Your Prints competition, where you guys get to show us what you guys are making, and we love to see it. Easy to enter. Just take a picture of your print still on the build plate, or if it's an assembly, just stick it back on your printer. Take a picture of it and tag it Prusa Live on Twitter, and you are entered in the contest and get a chance to win some filament. So this week, like I sent Mickey over a message. Yeah. And I was like, every week is hard to decide who the winners are going to be. This week was just awful. like how hard it was, because there were so many really, really cool and interesting entries. And yeah.
So why don't we do it a little bit differently this time?
Right.
Because we did pick winners, but we would like to give shout out to everyone who sent their awesome prints. So I'm just gonna quickly go through them, because really it was really hard to pick our favorites from this. So Jan Radon, and he fixed a toy for his daughter, which I think is
that's super fun,
super cool. Then we have this really Nintendo Switch holder with it's so good. It's
so good.
Yeah,
it's
ridiculously good. Then we have this Prusa.
Let's get. Does it work with the game? I haven't played with I haven't played through it, but I mean, do you have like the hand motion stuff?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure there.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be super cool if it would, like you could shield with shield.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maurice and his little drawers that repurpose used Prusa spools.
Yeah.
Also
nice.
Pretty nice.
This is evolving, because earlier we saw storage which just pulled out.
The spring out ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is just this is with locks.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then we have this crazy art piece by Crumb. Just insane. 3D Print Bunny made a few submissions. Of course, Olympics. I've been watching them as well. So 3D Print Bunny made a design on that.
Yeah, we are the first, right? At the Olympics, the Czechs.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, with the amount of people testing positive.
Yeah. Maybe that.
Yeah.
Oh, in this time with a print of the sunflower clock, one of the winners from our latest competition.
Yes.
Oh, look at how pretty it is.
Yeah, it's great color choices, and yeah.
Then we have another print from 3D Print Bunny, and this one is insane. She posted before, like,
it is.
Do you think this will print? I'm like, I mean, it's gonna print somehow, but it's gonna be rubbish. And it just printed literally how she designed it. Like, what? What are those bridges? I don't even know how. That's insane. Regisa, who submits all the time with another great thing. This is I believe a submission for our current contest, which is a game, but it somehow includes the wipe towers. I don't even know. I don't know. Joe Grieve.
It looked like you have to pick which one, and then you have to stack them.
Stack it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun. We could play this in here. We have some wipe towers to play with.
Yeah.
Some Joe Grieve with some fade filament, some filament transitions.
For a nice dice tower.
Oh, it's a dice tower. Nice.
Yeah, and this is a dice tower also.
This is a dice tower too, yeah.
Yeah.
Cthulhu.
That's a great dice tower.
Vexter with... so nice.
His Froggy Thor.
Loki was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Then local maker with some thermal color changing filament. Some pretty wild design as well.
Yeah.
And then we have Mr. Flibble.
Oh, we've had Mr. Flibble before too, right?
Yeah, I believe we did. So cute.
With the Captain Caveman.
So yeah, that was just a quick shout out to everyone because so many cool submissions. It would be a shame to only show the winners. But we did pick three winners.
Right. So who's our third place there, Mickey?
So the third place is Indisam with the sun flower clock from the PrusaPrinters design competition.
Yeah, I think his color choices here are just fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's such a beautiful print to begin with, but yeah, this is what one of the things I was excited about from the competition was waiting to see as more people started making the designs and how they turned out.
The color choices what makes it for me.
For sure.
Nice gradient. So congrats, that's our third place. We move on to our second place. Oh man, did I already screw it up? So that was the second place. we are all non-traditional this time. We are switching it up. That was the second place. And we go back to the third place, which we already talked about because it is incredible. And it's the sword and shield for the Switch Joy-Cons.
I mean, it was basically a coin toss between second and third place there, anyways. So we'll just call them both second place.
That works for me.
Yes, split second.
Split second, yeah. No, but that's also an incredible print. Yeah. Oh, it's a mix of pieces from the Mini and from the Mark III, which is fun. Oh, clamps!
I like his assembly photos here too. That showing the process.
You can never have too many clamps.
Ever.
That's the rule when you're assembling pieces. Oh yeah. Oh, and he reprinted the Mini and he made the base, also from the terracotta and from some blue.
Yeah, correct.
Nice. So that's the split second, like we said. We go to our first place.
That leaves us with the first place.
I'm gonna stare at it really closely to make sure I get it right, but I'm sure I'm clicking the right place. So we go to our first place, and that's the art piece by Chrome, which I mean, look at it.
Nuts. And one of the fun things about this is not with an MMU. This is all manual filament changes. So each different color is actually a separate print, and then he's changing the colors as he goes. This is a technique that I believe print to. Why am I blanking on this name?
All right,
some of you guys in chat know who I'm talking about, but he shows up at Murph all the time and has been showing like this technique off for a while.
So it's not color change by height where you make sure it's flat, but you just I saw this. You can basically set up an MMU machine. You give it 2 extruders.
Pattern to print. Look up pattern to print.
Right.
He's the guy who developed this technique.
Or I mean, in this case, you give it how many extruders you want, and you replace the change toolhead command in Prusa Slicer with M600, and you basically get a color change prompt instead of it replacing the filament for you with the MMU. It's a pretty sweet trick.
Yeah.
But I mean, it needs a lot of babysitting because you have to do all the changes yourself.
Yeah.
But you can do these
one
things.
mistake and it's ruined.
Yeah, and you have to start again. This took 20 hours. Yeah, 20 hours.
Oh.
But a 0.25 millimeter nozzle, so that's.
But I think this would look dope with color print too.
Yeah, it would just need to be designed differently.
Yes, but.
Anyway, really, really nice job, Chrome. Congrats on the first place.
Congratulations.
Yeah, fantastic. All right. So this brings us to our Q&A portion of the show. So if we have any questions from you guys, we would love to hear them. We would especially love to hear if you guys have any questions for the Frame Theory crew since they are still with us.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been able to keep up with the chat this stream very much.
Know.
So I'm just gonna try to catch up with that a little bit. We did have the poll, which was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I have been getting a question, and this was external, which is, will the VATs for the SL1 still work with the SL1S?
They should.
Yeah, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's follow up on that on Twitter.
Okay, let's follow up, but most likely yes.
Okay. We will follow up.
Yeah. I did also get a question.
And Bob actually says that the motion controls may not be intuitive on Zelda, but yes, the game does work with those prints for the Zelda Shield.
Oh,
nice.
That's awesome.
That is great.
Nice. Oh yeah, I keep getting questions about Prusa Slicer 2.4.
I met with the guys on the terrace today, and they're like, "Yeah, writing changelog."
Yeah. That's
like, you are doing that for like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Is it that long? Yes.
It is. Yeah, I met Wojciech, the team leader, today as well. I was like, wait, when it's gonna be? When are we gonna get Prusa Slicer 2.4 Alpha? And like, yeah, I'm writing the changelog. It's really long.
Let me see if I can see the changelog he's working on.
So, Valberg asked, how long does it take to print a songbird?
Well, I think I've changed a few bits now, but last time I checked it was about 24 hours in total with all the different parts. It depends on how many, and that was just doing individual parts. Obviously, you can fit more on the build plate, and that'll take less time. It all depends, So I guess you would probably be able to do it in 3 full build plates. So that's like, I think that might take a little bit less time. But yeah, if you're doing them all individually, 24 hours around there.
Well, and full build plates have the advantage of like overall print time doesn't quite matter as much if you don't have to be constantly like babysitting and switching things, right? So
exactly.
Not quite as bad. We did get another from Audio Garimi.
I think it's
Audio
Origami.
Origami, yeah, sorry. Do you have any movement and friction issues with the tone arm?
I think the internet is spotty.
We lost them again.
Yeah, but we saw the bearings and
right.
So I would assume no. Not in the later versions anyway. Okay.
Yeah, but the last frame is spectacular.
Yeah. It always happens like that. What is the time frame for adding the paint feature to Prusa Slicer for the MMU2S? So that is one of the big things in Prusa Slicer 2.4. So yeah, alpha soonish, but yeah, the main release will probably take some time. Are more ASA colors planned? Not that I know of, but that's a good suggestion for the Prusa team. More ASA colors. It's true that ASA is pretty sweet, so
yeah,
maybe
if we can get it.
If we can get it, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that's one thing with the PrusaPrinters team is are more ASA colors coming? Very, very likely, because those guys are always working hard to make the next thing. So.
Input shaping. What's input shaping? Do you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, it is a simple concept, but difficult to answer scientifically.
All right.
Well, basically, you measure the resonances of your printer, and then in the firmware, getting rid of these the speeds you don't like, and that gives you faster printing speeds without the ringing.
Right.
This is all the hotness with.
And now Matt's internet is gone too. So the question is,
or is it Matt? Is it Matt or us?
I don't know.
And guys are back.
Guys, you don't have to feel bad about your internet. Matt just suddenly froze as well, so it's all right.
Oh dear.
Okay, good. What was
The recording has
the last
stopped.
question?
The question was about problems with friction of the arm and the movement of the arm. I assumed not, because we saw the bearings and the way it's.
Yeah. No, not at all. That was one of the things that when we did the Kickstart, I was a little unhappy with that, and I always wanted to fix it. So what we had before was a ball race that sat in something like this.
This meeting is being recorded.
And then another bit sat on top, and then it well, this one here actually, I can show you. So this one, and also we had a problem where the wires went down the side there, and they sometimes cause it to pull back.
All right.
But now what we've done is we've run all the wires down this carbon fiber arm, so they're all down the middle of that now, and then just in that brass bearing they're all down for the center, so it's like completely free as you like, really. And we've got that done we worked out the tolerances on that with the engineers who make it for us to get it
as precise as possible.
smooth, as precise as possible. So no, we've had no issues at all with that.
It's a good solution. Also, the carbon fiber tube is quite affordable, because that's what RC guys use, right?
Yeah.
For their planes. So that's
and the fact the tone arm has to be obviously super lightweight. So it was as light as it can be, so that it can travel nicely along the grooves and stuff like that. Because honestly, the amount of you need to knock it out.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you would have it like almost massless, I don't think the turntable would play, because there would be not enough force to push the needle.
True.
But I don't think we ever get there.
Yeah.
No, it's just the what we had before weighed an absolute, what we had before was that lead screw, and that weighed so much. And so then with the counterweight had to be huge. So that's basically what I meant, is that we can use a smaller counterweight now to balance it, rather than having that great big counterweight that had to weigh so much to pull it back. And then obviously, because it weighed so much, it was also kind of harder for it to pull it across, sort of thing. So that's basically what we're trying to solve with that.
I'm gonna do a speed run through some of the questions.
Yes.
Mark 3S 32-bit upgrade eventually. I mean, there will be an upgrade.
I think we said publicly that every new printer will be 32-bit.
Yeah, or more bits, better.
The SL1S is using 64-bit.
And then there was something about. I saw something. Prusa Connect is in beta test.
Yes.
Closed, but the devs are about to send more invites for the test. So there will now be, instead of like tens of people, a couple of hundreds of people, which will be nice stress test for the environment. And how are our alpacas doing?
Good.
They're having fun. They're eating everything green that's in their sight, in their.
We need some alpacas.
We need an office pet.
Yeah, but the sheep are little devils. They're always running outside.
Oh yeah, they're escape artists.
Yeah, need an electric fence.
I guess it's kind of fun when the guys from the factory are running around trying to catch the sheep.
One of the guys from Top Gear just started a new show on Amazon, Jeremy Clarkson, where instead of driving cars around, he has a farm, and he is showing the problems with farming. And the second episode, he gets sheep, and the sheep are escape artists for him too, and it's an ongoing problem.
And I think we can close it with Philip asking, is the Excel still coming out on Friday? I mean, yeah, we don't know. Yeah, some Friday, but yeah.
All right, guys, that is our show for this week. Thank you all for joining us. One bit of news, we are probably altering the schedule of Prusa Live moving forward. So we will let you guys know shortly when the next show will be. But we look forward to seeing you guys then. Thank you very much for joining us. Stay safe, keep printing, and we will see you shortly. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Thanks
Bye,
again,
guys.
Charlie and Karen, for joining us. It was a lot of fun.
Bye.